So let's see. I haven't talked about top risks I've taken that worked out in Amazon. Oh, hell, I didn't transition this back. Bad OBS use. There we go. So now we're back on the main page. We covered this question. Do you know if there's correlation between introverts and extroverts? We don't. A bunch of people theorize we don't. We're going to take a minute and read chat, and then we're going to go on to our next question. But I will prompt you. We've got a huge audience tonight. Thank you all for being here. Follow the channel if you haven't. We're going to do chat interaction in a second on this question, and we'll ask the question of the week to chat in just a minute. We'll do that next. But if you want me to answer certain questions, there's 100 of you here. Only 5 of you have voted in our extension. You guys get to control what I talk about. That's a great offer. Here I am at your pleasure, sitting, admittedly, drinking a nice cocktail provided by my mods, and chatting with you about what I know about taking risks at Amazon. And I'm going to tell some stories about risks I took at Amazon that worked out, since I mostly earlier told stories about taking risks in the mountains where I nearly killed myself. But if in the meantime you want to vote on what I answer, go into our extension. The link just popped up in chat, so you can click on that link instead if you want. Or you can use the Twitch extension. You do have to log into it, either way, and vote on what I'm going to talk about next. So every week in the meantime, we do a relationship question of the week from a guy named Arthur Aaron. And it's time for question of the week. All the regulars know how this works. All of you new folks, here's your chance to get involved in a very safe, simple way in chat. All right. Question of the week this week is, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? And I want to hear it in chat. Everybody tell everyone. This one's hard for me to answer, particularly because my wife is listening. So I have to say, of course, meeting my wife and her accepting my proposal of marriage is the greatest accomplishment of my life. So I'm going to answer honestly, what is the second greatest accomplishment of my life? Because the first accomplishment is known. But probably staying married is number 2. Greatest accomplishment. This is deep. Why this question? So, vocalist, we get these questions from a guy named Arthur Aaron. Let me see if I can Google it and put it up real quick while I think about this one, because it's hard. Arthur Aaron, 36. He's a psychologist who learned that if you answer these questions, they predictably bring people closer together. And in fact, I'm going to show you, here we go, that this claim, which is from Reader's Digest, so I do not consider it scientific. But Reader's Digest said the 36 questions that can make you fall in love with anyone. So that's pretty overhyped, but these questions are about building relationship. And we go through every question. We go through a question every week, and we've made our way to question 15 of the 36. So it's my way of getting to know the people in the channel. So, good enough. Let's see. We go back to one camera. La, la, la. Drive the bus. There we go. All right. So let me answer this. Let me see what you guys are answering. My kids, yes. And also being promoted. Kristen, you made it. That's awesome. Everyone claps in chat for Kristen. We had a coaching session with her live 2 weeks ago. She was here. She gave me whiskey. Come on, claps for that. And she got into management. So now she's on the dark side with me, and maybe in the future, some of you. And in the near future, she's going to have the problem how to raise her kids not to be entitled little shits as she brings home rivers of money. Because one of the things I've been coaching Kristen offline in Discord, and you should join our Discord, I've been coaching her how to make sure she gets a big fat raise with her promotion to manager. So, all right. I'm being pulled out.
Somebody called it out in chat.
All right. Those are good mods. Apparently, the cinnamon sugar from the rim was all over my face. All right. Congratulations, Kristen. Let's see. What else we got in here? Insane shilling. Come to the dark side. We've got cookies. Yes, we managers, we hoard all the cookies. Plus, we have the keys to the executive washroom. Surviving depression. That's a great thing as your greatest accomplishment. Cosmic Corn Dog, you're the source of the sugar on my upper left side. Thank you. Knock on wood, I'll be the first person in my family to ever graduate. Good job, Ojo4. That's fantastic. Congratulations. My dad was that. Buying my first home, maybe. Chalupa lives here in Seattle, so if he's buying his first home, that is a huge accomplishment. My greatest accomplishment is coming in 7th at the state track meet in high school. Good job, Duke of Thought. 40 Pink Dragons, the runner as well. I love all the claps. All right, so what else do I say my greatest accomplishment? Getting accepted to my top choice university. Furrow Key is on our show a lot. He's at Waterloo in Canada, which is amazing. Have you hired anyone that came from public accounting? Yes. My financial advisor is a public accountant. There's probably some other people who are too. Amazon hires a lot of people in public accounting into our finance groups who support all our businesses. Is knowing how to make a drink a requirement to being a mod? No, Undead Banana. But making a good drink could be your future greatest accomplishment. Oh, Kristen killed it. 16.5% as a raise. She told me in her Discord chat with me that she thought 15% was the limit. So she nailed it. Good job. Patback 93, losing over 90 pounds and having that transcend into every other aspect of my life. I couldn't agree with you more. Congratulations. I grew up heavy. I lost about 75 pounds. So I lost my waist. I lost four sizes off my hand, my ring finger. So it used to be my fingers were such sausages. There was no light between them. So good job on that. That's a huge accomplishment. And that might be one of my top accomplishments. But can you explain what a one-way door is and how it relates to risk? This is an Amazon concept, and I'm eager to share it. So you can read about this. Bezos talks about it. And a one-way door is a risk that is not reversible. And that's contrast to the idea of a two-way door, which is something you can undo if it doesn't work out. So, example, streaming. I started streaming and I wasn't sure how it would go. After all, nothing I do here normally fits Twitch. And all the folks from Devin's channel throw up the eggplant for me, right? The point is, Twitch is a place where people come to chill and hang out. They come to watch games. And most of the people playing games, I could be their dad. And if I couldn't be their dad, I could be their way the hell older uncle or brother. And so what's the old guy with the white hair going to do on Twitch that's going to be interesting? And am I going to be any good about it? And then I worried, like, hey, people know I work for Twitch. I work for Amazon. I run Twitch Prime. Is everybody with an issue about who got banned going to show up in my chat and rail about, hey, Ethan, why did so-and-so get banned and blah, blah, blah? And all I'm going to do is my mods are going to be working overtime, chucking people out of the chat. And the people who are in my chat from staff are going to have to be here like controlling the chat so I can even talk. Well, none of that shit ever happened. And by the way, Mark Twain had a good point. If you've never heard this quote, I'll share it. Mark Twain, I think it was him, said, "In my life, I've had a great many troubles, most of which never happened." He understood the fact that we are way better at envisioning shit going wrong than it actually going wrong. We are way better at fearing stuff than having it actually happen. So, great news. None of that ever happened. No eggplants came into my chat. Our mods, honestly, have lots of time to make me spicy whiskey cocktails because they rarely have to police anyone. We had to police one person today, and that's unusual. Usually, it's nobody. Why did that Easy Coach guy get banned? So, 3Y Gun, I normally no longer try and watch chat, but your message shows exactly why Easy Coach got banned, because he was supposed to be the Easy Coach. After my initials, my middle initial is Z, so I thought, great, EZ. All right, back to one-way door and two-way door. A two-way door, therefore, is me streaming. I could always quit. If it didn't work, I could bail. So that's something you can do that you can get out of. A one-way door is something once you're committed, you're stuck with it. And there's no way out, or it's very, very hard. And so Bezos talks about one-way doors. Yeah, we can play a game. Guess Ethan's middle name. It's not a secret, and there are a couple people who know, but nobody ever figures out what a Z name should be. Google not allowed. My brother is Zach. All right. Two-way door is reversible. One-way door is not reversible. What Bezos talks about one-way door is not being something that's not reversible. His classic answer is that a one-way door is lowering price because you can never raise it again. So if you take something that's $50 and you start whatever it is, this bottle of whiskey that's empty now. If you start with a $50 price point and then you teach people, you lower the price to $30 and you teach people they can get this bottle of whiskey for $30. If you then try and sell the whiskey for $50 again, people rebel and they're like, man, those suspect guys, they jacked the price up. So Amazon, where this story comes out, is a one-way door is anything you can't reverse. And the example was when Amazon did free shipping, not Prime, but free shipping. When you ordered a certain amount, they knew it would work. But the mods will have to tell you how much that whiskey costs. I have no idea if it's $50 whiskey, but it probably is. And because it's some micro whiskey and flavored, and that jacks up all the price. All right. What they did is they started at $100. And they said, if you order $100 of stuff, we'll ship it free. Well, that worked. So then they said $75, then $50. And then finally they realized we can lower it to $25. But once you have $25 shipping, free shipping, you can't go the other way very easily. It's very hard. Now, if you're observant, you'll notice I think it's now $35. So like a decade later, we raised it to $35 because items were more expensive and things had inflated. But it's really hard to raise the price of something that you've taught. So that's the difference between one-way and two-way door. And so as it relates to risk, and this was a good question, I almost feel like it was a plant. But if somebody planted it, I don't know who did it. Taking a risk on something that you can reverse is a much easier risk. Tattoos are a great example here that's practical. Tattoos are reversible, but only with a lot of money and a lot of pain and a lot of time. So people, you should think a long time before you get something tattooed on. As an example, a funny example, I could never figure out what I wanted to have all my life, but in a past life, so to speak, I was going to get my wedding ring tattooed on, and that would have turned out to be an error and very hard to reverse. So be careful what you tattoo on. You might have to keep it. That's an example of one-way door. If it's reversible and you can get out of it, you buy a house, you can sell a house. You might lose some money. You buy a car, you can sell the car. You might lose some money. Things that are hard to reverse are things like surgery or things that have permanent life consequences. And those one-way doors that alter your life permanently or alter your body, those are really big. And so that's the concept. And so if it's a two-way door, take the risk, gamble. And Bezos uses this concept. He pushes us with a thing called bias for action. Yes, Ojo 4, you nailed it. And Pink Dragons, you guys are exactly right. Having kids is a one-way door. You cannot unhave them. You can neglect them. You can be a shitty mom or dad, but they are yours for life. And the courts try and make sure that you keep them and you take care of them. And so that is a perfect example of a one-way door. So I wouldn't say smoking and getting cancer. Smoking you can quit. If you get the cancer, you can't quit then. So that's a good example. Both